Alright, y'all, so this video is going to be out of South Carolina. It's pretty much about two black men who got arrested, fought the police for doing drugs, and now there are riots outside the Rock Hill Police Department. Now, the two people were brothers. They were identified as Ricky Roderick Price and Travis Price. Now, later tonight, there was a fire outside the police department. There were objects thrown at police officers. Eventually, officers arrived in riot gear. It's unclear at this time that any of the people outside the police station were arrested. There were about 100 people out there. Now, let's see. Alright. According to the police statement, officers were conducting surveillance targeting violent and narcotic dealing offenders when they observed Ricky Price, a known offender, driving a black 2017 Mustang. Alright. He was stopped by officers after he allegedly made an illegal turn and changed lanes unlawfully. Right? So they had a rightful reason to stop him. Right? Ricky Price was then pulled the Mustang into the gas station where he was heard on his cell phone allegedly with his brother as officers began to approach the vehicle. Based on Ricky's Price's previous interactions with officers, a call was made for a K-9 to conduct a vehicle sniff, which alerted to the presence of illegal narcotics in the vehicle, police said. During the search, officers located 2 bags of marijuana hidden in the driver's door panel, police said. Officers then placed Price under arrest and in hands of handcuffs. Officers also located a 9mm pistol in the back seat of the vehicle. Soon after, Travis Price arrived on the scene and approached the officers. According to the release, police said he was yelling belligerently and bumped into an officer as attempted to retrieve belongings from the vehicle. Travis Price was then told he was under arrest for interfering and physically contacting officers. Okay, so at this time, both of them are under arrest, alright? He refused to comply. He was pushed against a large tank located behind him. As officers attempted to gain control of Travis Price, both the officers and the suspect fell to the ground. At this time, officers collected jewelry from Ricky Price after he requested the jewelry be passed along to someone else. Alright, when officers moved the suspect's handcuffs to collect more jewelry, he allegedly attempted to flee and threw several punches, one of which struck an officer in the face, police said. Now, me personally, I don't know how it works, but I would think that the officers at that time would just collect the jewelry themselves. But again, I'm not sure how that works. Now, as officers were on the ground with Ricky, one officer delivered several punches to Ricky's upper thigh on the carpal nerve to gain compliance, which, you can see that a lot of times. If you ever watched Live PD, you've probably seen it, where officers do that to get compliance over a suspect. It's a pain compliance thing. But again, none of those had any effect, so the officer punched Ricky in the nose, which caused him to bleed. Eventually both of them were taken into custody. Officers rendered aid to Ricky following the punch, was taken to a local hospital. He was also found with a Crown Royal bag containing crack cocaine. So, Ricky Price was charged with possession with intent to distribute crack cocaine, possession with intent to distribute marijuana, carrying a pistol unlawfully, and unlawful possession of a firearm by a person convicted of a violent offense, and resisting arrest. Travis Price was taken to Rock Hill State Jail, where he was charged with hindering police. Officers also went on to say the dog was not deployed against them, and no tasers or guns or pepper spray were used. It was all physical. So obviously it could have went a lot worse. These people could have got tased. They could have got bit by a dog. So Rock Hill is, a pretty small area. There's a lot of farm country out there. And this is what I'm talking about. Alright, a lot of stuff that's happening is spreading to small cities. Again, Rock Hill is not that big, alright? It's in the upstate South Carolina, so it's probably 40-50 minutes away from me. But again, there's a lot of farm country. It's not a big, uproaring city like Charlotte, Asheville, Columbia, Richmond, places like that. It's not a big uproaring city. So obviously, you don't expect stuff like this to happen. But again, y'all are literally rioting because they got arrested and they assaulted the police, and you think they should be free. Again, they could have easily tased them, let the dog bite them, but they didn't. Alright? People really need to get their lives together and know what's right for and not what to right for, alright? Like, y'all are gonna catch charges over something over people y'all don't even know. And again, this is not a huge county, alright? When you start doing stuff like this will get crime in areas where we don't need crime, and we'll be looking like Minneapolis, Chicago, places like that. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. As always, thank you for watching, and y'all stay safe out there.